The general manager for the Chicago Bulls, Arturas Karnisovas, said after the season that he didn't like the roster and that there were going to be changes made to the Chicago Bulls. And you know what happened? For the first time since August of 2021, the Bulls actually made a trade with players. Alex Caruso goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Bulls get Josh Giddy, 21-year-old Josh Giddy. Josh Giddy does not shoot well from the outside. Josh Giddy is a very good passer, but he's such a raw talent. Don't believe that the Bulls traded for like this immediate off the bat difference maker, because the reason why he's not with the Thunder anymore is because they already are stacked. They're already loaded with talent. And with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as good as he is, there's only going to be a couple ball handlers, and Giddy did not fit. So Giddy now is with the Bulls. So it's a lot of things that's going to be moving around with this Bulls team. So that's one, that Caruso's gone. And it's too bad, because Caruso was the heart and soul of the Chicago Bulls. He's been the heart and soul of a lot of teams that he's been on. But, I mean, he's such a great defensive player. He's kind of like this Swiss Army knife. If you ever watch Alex Caruso play, whatever you need, he's giving you max effort. And now he's with the Thunder. He's only going to make that team better with his defensive presence and that leadership from a veteran standpoint. But Josh Giddy is on this team now. Okay, the thing that's a disconnect for me is you couldn't get a draft pick from Oklahoma City. Do you know how many picks the Thunder have? The Thunder have like 7,000 draft picks. Almost no exaggeration. They got so many draft picks, and so the Bulls couldn't get one of their draft picks. That's a disconnect. I don't know why that happened. But I feel like there's more moves to be done with the Chicago Bulls. Like DeMar DeRozan, for instance. Even though he wants to stay in Chicago and wants to be a Bull, there could be some movement on DeMar DeRozan. It's already been reported today that Zach LaVine could be part of a 3-team deal, 4-team deal, who knows? But Zach LaVine also could be very expendable for this team as well. So Karnisovas says that there's going to be movement. So that's the first shoe to drop, Alex Caruso. And even on the surface, that's not a great deal, because you didn't get a draft pick from the Thunder, who have plenty of draft picks to give. They got Josh Giddy. Maybe they think that Lonzo Ball will not be with the team, so they need a ball handler or a good passer, so they have Josh Giddy. So Giddy and Kobe White in the backcourt, that doesn't do anything for me. In other news, J.J. Redick is the new head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. We knew this was going to happen. And the reason why is because the head coach, Dan Hurley from UConn, turned down the Lakers. All that glitters is not gold in Los Angeles. I know that the Lakers have won so many championships in the past and they've had so many stars, but this is an aging team that do not have enough athleticism to be able to get through the West. And now J.J. Redick is going to work with his podcast partner, LeBron James, to try to figure this thing out. This could either be brilliant, like Bob Brenly winning the World Series championship with the Arizona Diamondbacks with no experience, or this could be Jeff Saturday, head coach for the Colts with no experience and fired all in the same season. It could be one or the other. I don't know. All I know is that the best deal now for any coach is to get the job, get the money, and get fired. That's exactly what it's all about now. If you can get a job, and if you have an owner that wants to fire you after the first year, like Monty Williams in Detroit, go ahead and get it. Get that money. These owners are just not patient enough. And so now here we are with J.J. Redick, who was a hell of a talking head on his podcast and on First Take and everything else. But now he's got to coach LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Good luck on that, especially when you don't have enough room to have the athleticism and youth on that team that's desperately needed. But J.J. Redick, though, is a basketball genius. You ever listen to the podcast? He's got some great theories. But when it comes down to it, will the team listen to him? They didn't listen to previous coaches. They're going to listen to J.J. Redick. Detroit. How about Monty Williams being fired on Juneteenth? Happy Freedom Day to Monty Williams. You know, he still owed $68 million. He only coached 1 year. That team has some young pieces. They're actually not so bad. They have some young pieces. But some, the ownership, Tom Gores was like, yeah, we have to fire you. Why? Why? Just because the Pistons didn't win the championship last year? It's crazy out in these streets, but there's money to be made. If owners want to fire you, get that money. But circling back to the Bulls, what do you think of the deal? I want to get your thoughts on what the Bulls did and what else would you like for them to do? Just keep in mind, you're not getting any stars, so just forget that. You're not getting like all stars coming in here anytime soon. This sounds more like a teardown and a rebuild, more so than trying to be a perennial playoff team. There's going to be movement, but only the Bulls will do the wrong thing. No draft pick, huh?